Imola just witnessed the most thrilling qualifying session of the season. Crashes, tire chaos, and a front row that could change the script around on Sunday. Pole position ripped away from Verstappen. McLaren walking tall, and Oscar Piastri? Ice in his veins, lightning in his lap. Piastri clocked a lap time of 1 minute 14 seconds 670 milliseconds, beating Verstappen by just 0.034 seconds. And Lando Norris? Breathing down their necks. This isn't just a good weekend for McLaren, it's the kind of form that defines a championship run. But how Red Bull slipped away after so many upgrades? And what's the secret of McLaren being unstoppable? Stay with us and hit the like and subscribe button and let's find out. Oscar Piastri is officially the man to beat in 2025. The McLaren driver delivered under immense pressure, stealing pole from Max Verstappen by just 0.034 seconds at Imola. The lap wasn't perfect. He lost time in the final corner and trailed Verstappen in Sector 1. But Oscar's brilliance in Sectors 2 and 3 sealed the deal. It was a lap defined by control, composure, and raw speed. Let's put that into perspective. Piastri now has 3 poles this season and leads the championship by 16 points. This wasn't luck or timing, it was domination. And what's more, Piastri topped both Friday practice sessions and continued that trend in qualifying. He's extracting every ounce from this McLaren, and it shows. In the post-qualifying interview, Oscar said, "It was a great session, very tough with the delays and red flags and the tricky tires, but the team did a great job and got the car in a nice window." The way he's speaking now, confident, composed, and focused, you'd think he's been leading a championship for years. He's no longer the quiet upstart, he's the favorite. And alongside him, another papaya rocket. Let's talk Lando Norris. He may have missed out on the front row, but his performance at Imola proves he's still a major McLaren threat. He ended up P4 just behind George Russell and Max Verstappen, and only 0.1 seconds off the pole, a sign that the pace is there, even if the execution wasn't perfect. Throughout practice, Norris looked sharp, running just a hair behind Piastri. But when it came time to deliver in Q3, something didn't click. After the session, Norris didn't hide his feelings, saying, "If I had an answer, I'd be using it. I just wasn't quick enough." There was visible frustration, and not for the first time this season. Despite a win in Australia and consistent top 5 finishes, Norris has struggled to nail his qualifying laps. The car is there, the potential is there. But he's chasing consistency. Still, being P4 at a track like Imola, where overtaking is rare, puts him in a powerful support role for McLaren. If he gets the launch and clears Russell early, he can be right in the fight with Piastri and Verstappen. Speaking of Verstappen, he really looks vulnerable. Max Verstappen is used to setting the pace. This time, though, it's different. He had a provisional pole after his first Q3 run, and Sector 1 of his final lap was the purple sector, Classic Max. But then, it all fell apart. The ultra-soft C6 compound lost grip mid-lap, and Verstappen fell 0.034 seconds short of Piastri. After the session, Max pulled no punches. Everything was going really well, but the softest compound is very difficult to keep alive. Sector 1 was good, then the tires fell away. He even hinted that the tire compound might have been too soft for Imola, and suggested he felt more comfortable on the medium tires. Still, Verstappen wasn't in meltdown mode. He sees what's ahead of him in the race. The race is tomorrow, that's where you score the points, but I do think today was a very good day for us. But this wasn't the unbeatable Verstappen we've come to expect. So how did the teams react to this flip in the pecking order? He's starting P2, and with Norris directly behind, Red Bull isn't boxed in just yet. But this wasn't the unbeatable Verstappen we've come to expect. So how did the teams react to this flip in the pecking order? At McLaren, the message was clear. This is just the beginning. Andrea Stella, McLaren's team principal, praised Piastri's growth and hinted at something bigger brewing. Oscar has become a faster driver. That gives him more time to process and extract the most from every detail. Stella compared Piastri's development arc to that of past legends like Schumacher and Alonso. Bold, but based on how calm and clinical Oscar is, not overblown. Stella emphasized the team's holistic effort. From engineers to performance analysts to Mark Webber in Piastri's corner, McLaren's structure is in a solid position, and it shows in results. 4 wins out of 6, only missing out in Suzuka. Red Bull, meanwhile, seemed introspective. They know they missed a chance here. The C6 tire didn't suit them, and Verstappen's comments reflected a quiet frustration. "We were fast, but couldn't extract everything. The tires fell away." A familiar story now. This is the first time in years Red Bull has felt strategically outplayed. And McLaren? They're not letting up. While McLaren rises and Red Bull recalibrates, Ferrari sinks further. If qualifying was a wake-up call, Ferrari just hit snooze again. Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton, both out in Q2, both out of answers. On home soil, at Imola, Leclerc missed the Q3 cut by just under a tenth. Hamilton was even further back. Both drivers looked stunned. Leclerc said, "We're just not good enough, especially at home, it just hurts." His voice cracked with frustration, echoing the disappointment of a Tifosi crowd that had packed the stands with hope. Hamilton, meanwhile, was crushed. He thought the car felt good, the brakes were better, and the balance was dialed in. But when it mattered, the grip wasn't there. "It's devastating. I really felt like we'd made steps, but the tires just didn't come alive." He also admitted the SF25 simply can't match Verstappen through the high-speed sections. That's brutal honesty from a 7-time champ. Ferrari's upgrades didn't deliver. The car still lacks bite in critical corners. And with a grid slot of 11th and 12th, overtaking on a narrow track like Imola looks like a long shot. So with grid position set, what can we expect on Sunday? Imola is not a place where you can easily fight back. The track is tight, twisty, and not known for overtakes. That gives McLaren, with both cars in the top 4, a golden opportunity. Piastri starts on the pole, Norris behind Verstappen. If they manage their starts and don't trip over each other, this could be another McLaren 1-2. Red Bull, they'll rely on Verstappen's race IQ and tire management. But if the soft C6 tires degrade as they did in the qualifying race, it could be a struggle. Verstappen himself said it. "Let's see, but we need better pace and a more stable car to fight." The championship implications are massive. Here's the scoreboard. Piastri leads the championship with 131 points, Norris is chasing with 115, and Verstappen sits third with 99. In the constructor race, McLaren holds a 48-point gap over Red Bull. That's serious daylight in a sport measured by tenths of a second. Piastri could extend his 16-point lead with a 4th straight win. And upgrades? McLaren is just getting started. Stella confirmed more are coming soon, while most rivals are still trying to figure out how to catch up. McLaren is already thinking how to stay ahead. Sunday isn't just about Imola, it's about setting the tone for the rest of the European season. So we just explored how one lap made a big difference. Piastri's perfection under pressure put McLaren on top. Norris is in striking distance. Verstappen, for once, chasing. Ferrari? Nowhere near the fight. The gap's no longer just on the stopwatch, it's in confidence, in strategy, in execution. McLaren leads the title race. Red Bull is looking rattled, and Piastri is 1 win away from matching Senna's iconic 4-race streak. The question isn't just who's fastest, it's who can handle this pressure on the track. So, what do you think? Who's going to win on Sunday? Can Verstappen still give us a surprise? Let us know in the comments. Hit the like and subscribe for all the latest updates.